One of my favorite ways ever to sell books is at a book launch party. If you aren't going to make a big deal about yourself, rest assured nobody else is. So, this is the time to feel like a celebrity, and it can be as big or as small as you want. My first book launch party was in my basement. In fact, I think I planned it intentionally to reside with a Badger football game or basketball game on TV so that people would have like a reason to stick around. Um, so you can do it, as small as you want. I've done book launch parties at my church for free, which is great. I've done them at a community center, which is also a really nice, affordable location. And then I've done some really big ones, as you can see on the screen. My most recent one was at the La Crosse Distilling Company, and I think I had over 75 people attend, and I think I sold like $1,100 worth of books that night. It was amazing. The hardest part, I think, of a book launch party is finding a location that's affordable. But even if the location costs, $400 or $500, this hype and this excitement around a book launch is going to carry out farther than that one night, and it's going to help you sell more books. So I would encourage you to start small, but also to dream big, and to think about doing something fun and exciting to celebrate this new milestone, and maximizing the excitement and potential for sales. I always like to have things for people to do at my book launch party, so it's not just like, hey, you're here, you bought the book, now what? So a couple of different things I've done are I've had a photo booth for people to take selfies with props related to the story, and then encourage them to share them in social media. I've also had like a backdrop, kind of like, like the awards shows that have the backdrop and they take their picture in front of that, all homemade, nothing expensive. I have done, one of my books has a veteran in it. And so the launch party was on Veterans Day. It had a military theme, because there's a military family in close quarters. And so people were able to write thank you cards to veterans, either take them with them or I delivered them to veterans that I knew at the college I worked at. So try to have something for people to do. I did bracelet making once at a party, because the characters were teenage girls and it felt fun. I usually like to have something for them to eat, and also a cash bar. Don't buy beverages. I mean, you can if you have some money to burn, but people can buy their own beverages. They'll expect that. I always create a Facebook event, send out emails, postcards, everything and anything I can, personal invites to get people to attend these events. The more the merrier. Tell them to bring friends. I've reached out to newspapers and to news channels to tell them about the launch party. And at my last launch party, I had a couple people I didn't even know who attended. They're like, yeah, I saw it on Facebook or I saw it in the newspaper. And that to me is the most exciting and thrilling, because I'm reaching new readers. So spread it out far and wide. Tell people to bring their friends, and hopefully you can have a great event and sell a lot of books. Something I've also recently added to my repertoire is a virtual launch party. So with the stay-at-home order, all of my book events for Champion Chocolatier for Better or Worse were canceled. And so I had to get creative and figure out how I was going to sell and market this book when I couldn't see anybody in person. So I did a Facebook virtual launch party. And because the book is wedding themed, I showed up in my wedding dress, anything to hopefully get people to just stop and pause and watch a little bit longer. And it was a great time. I led up to that launch party with a countdown. Every day I did a giveaway or an activity, so that people knew it was coming. And the great thing about a virtual launch party is that anyone can attend from anywhere in the world. And it's one of those things where, they sometimes say necessity is the mother of invention. But I think for me in this whole COVID-19 situation, necessity was the mother of good business decisions. I will continue to do virtual launch parties for every book I do, no matter whether I can be seen in person or not, because I can reach people outside of my regional area. So think about that. Even if you have a budget of $0, you can do a virtual book launch party and meet new readers and get some sales.